McGregor's garden here. So I have a Ryobi Backpack blower 42. I ripped the string off, or the pull cord. I pulled the pull cord off, and this really nice guy, tried to help me, but he ended up making it worse, and I can't find a manual on it. So I took about 3 days playing with this thing. And I think I finally got it, so I made a video to show you guys how to do this. So I've already removed the screws. There's 4 screws here on this, and for that you're going to need a 5-star, I think on mine it's size 2 head for the screwdriver. So you remove the 4 screws. There's one here, there's one down in this hole, so here, 1, 2, and then back here, you have to actually push this apart, and you can see there's another one right there, and another one right down here. So there's 4 screws, making it pretty easy to remove. So I've already taken the screws out, and I've actually already fixed it, but I just wanted to show you how to do it and give you some tips. Now this is, best way to do it is probably to set it on the ground, use your foot. Sorry, my flip-flop just fell off. And it's easier to do actually without the camera. Hopefully I can edit this. I'm just doing it on my cell phone. Sorry if it's moving around. So when we remove it, you can see under there's this thing, whatever that is. I'm not very mechanical. Oh, my screw stuck to it. That's not good. There. Now it moves around. You can see this is your spark plug inside of there, your gas button, whatever. So here's this, and underneath it, you're going to need for this probably a scissor, screwdriver. I used a lighter, and I think I had to use this at one point. So you take this off. There's 1 screw in this piece. And then there's this washer, curved washer. Now see, remember when you do it, let me get a good angle on this. This piece is going to set back in like this. And watch when I pull the string. Need a helper to film me. When I pull the string, it'll go back in. It'll ricochet back in. So you have this coil. I'm going to show you how to set the string up on there. And then you also have this little thing in here. This goes upside down. Okay. So on one side it has this metal coil. I accidentally dropped it to the point where that fell out. And it was going to be a really big bother to put it back together. But see, what it is just one long piece of metal, and there's this on one end, and then there's this little coil on the other end. So the easiest way to do this, don't do it in the air trying to hold it. Take this little coil, put it in this little opening to hold it in place, and start winding it back inside. When you do this, wear gloves. It's very oily. And you want to keep some of the oil on that so it doesn't rust. So I actually need to spray this just real quick, I'm assuming with WD-40. And then when you put it in, you put it shiny side up. And then that little, this little thing fits on this little hole in there. And that holds it in place, and that's part of the system. This other little circle that you saw on it catches on the bottom of this. Catches on the bottom of this piece to coil the string back in. So, okay. I just bought some twine from the store for $2. It's probably going to rip again at some point. I'll replace it with some better string. On the back side of it is a hole. Let me get a good shot of that hole. So I took the hole, I put the string through. That's where the lighter came in, because when you cut this string, it frays. So I just kept melting it with the lighter and like rolling it and pulling it thinner so that I could get it down. Sorry, it's kind of chilly out, so I threw my pajama pants on. I'm about to go out to work. So then I put that through the hole. I tied 2 things on the end because every other time I did it, it kept slipping through. And I put one of these, tuck it in real good into the hole next to it. I actually want to make sure that's down in there because I don't want it to get in the way of the coil coming back. Oh, shit. See, taking it apart to show you guys might have messed it up for me. I'm gonna have to learn how to edit these videos so it's not so terrible to watch. But I'm not taking this apart again to do it. So, okay. Got that in there. And then you wind it. You wind it clockwise. If you were looking up at the thing, this is how the piece gets set in there. So you wind it clockwise. And then you fit it. There's some holes in here, 2 holes. I actually broke this piece of plastic off while trying to fix it yesterday. So So that just goes into place, and then you take that curved washer, you're going to put it upside down on there, and put screw this back on. Oop, wrong way. Put it on. Oh, it's tight, but make sure it's on tight. I had the string get like wrapped up in it one of the times I tried to do it. Okay, now I need to tie this on the end. It's not the one that came with it. I put that on a lawnmower yesterday. So I just took this one off of my lawnmower that I have here. I'm just going to tie a few knots, see how that does. I always like to tie a couple because you don't want it to slip through and have to do all this again. I should probably cut that slack off, but do that. Okay. So, it's a little bit of a pain when you put the cover back on. One thing I'll say, this fabric here, on this it goes inside the cover, and then closer to the spark plug it goes outside the cover. So that, and then you want to push this forward while you're doing this. It's actually easier to do with someone else, but I'm going to do it myself because I'm home alone. Oh, that slipped on perfectly. Oh my gosh. Right on. And then, oh, except this is hanging out. I told you this fabric stuff goes on the inside. So I'm just going to lift it a little And slide that back. And of course, took a little time to get that in right. Great. So, that's on. So I'm going to take my 4 screws, put them back in. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put one in, and I'm going to hold it down, and I'm going to test it for you guys. And then I'll let you go, because you don't need to watch me put all the screws in. So when you do prime this, it's my autofocus. Okay, great. So you want to put this up so that when you pump it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it doesn't flood it. I'm holding the back down really hard because I don't want it to come up. Ooh, almost worked. I'm gonna put it down. It doesn't say it has a half stroke, but it actually does. Damn. And you see it working. So I'm gonna turn it off. So that's it. Sorry about the shaky video, but that is how you replace a string on one of these. I'm going to put the other 3 screws back in and be on my way to work. Bye, guys.